Hi everyone, I'm Squishy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I play sim and cozy games. Today I wanted to teach you all how to create this bikini design with a touch of magic tool in Disney Dreamlight Valley. I got quite a few requests on my recent Mediterranean beach tour video for this tutorial, so if you haven't checked out my beach tour video, I'll link that here for you on the screen to check out as well. Okay, let's get into the tutorial. I wanted to start the tutorial off with some basic knowledge of some of the buttons and tools in Touch of Magic, in case any of you aren't familiar with them. This square is the element I've chosen for this demonstration. This button here will size the square up and down when you hold it. This button will rotate the element you've chosen, in this case the square. This paintbrush icon will change the UI to reflect the color area where you can choose what color you'd like to make your element. And this final cube icon is where you can change some aspects of the element you've chosen. Within the confines of the cube icon, you will have these few options. This button will turn your element in the opposite direction. This button here will double or copy your element and mirror it on the other side. This button here will make your element cut through any other elements back down to the color of the fabric you've chosen. This button here will copy the element you've chosen and duplicate it globally across the fabric. For example, if the element we had chosen was a circle instead of a square, it would create polka dots across the fabric if you size the element down a little. This button confuses even me a little bit, but it seems to make your elements cover the entire body span of the character within the confines, obviously, of the fabric of the clothing item that you've chosen. And this last button is the global button. It gives you parameters for your element size. When you unclick it, you can cover a little more area, but I still haven't fully figured this button out, honestly, this tool. I hope that I've explained this all in a way that you can understand, but I would say that the best way to learn the tools is to just practice using them. So hopefully, once you've completed this tutorial, you can go on to try other fun things with these Touch of Magic tools. Now that we've got the basic functions down, let's get into this bikini tutorial. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to choose a Touch of Magic tank top. Next, we're going to select a base color that we're going to choose for the tank top. I usually like to go with something that is skin colored, but in the end, it's not really going to matter that much. Next, we're choosing our first element, which I'm making a square. We're selecting the cube icon, and then under the cube icon, we're selecting this option up here. You want to make sure that this option is yellow. And then here we are choosing a color that is as close to the character's skin as possible. In order to make it easier for me to make Touch of Magic items, I always make my character's skin color the lightest possible option, but you can play around with other skin tones for your characters and try and figure out which color here matches the skin tone of your character best. Once we've got the element where we want it, we are clicking the duplicate button, and this is going to duplicate it on the back side of the garment. As you can see, what we're focusing on doing with the elements is getting that baseline skin tone color down first. We're going in with a different shape to cover this bottom part of her torso. Clicking this second to last button, make sure that it stays yellow. That's going to help us cover a lot more surface area with the element. Next, I'm going in and looking for a certain motif that I personally like to use for the belly button. Now, if you don't have this motif, I recommend just using the most circular shape that you can find in the game. I believe this motif is Frozen themed, but it's sort of like a motif of like a piece of wheat. Now that we've found the motif, what we're going to do is we're going to grab a bunch of different elements and keep them that skin tone color so that they can cover the parts of the motif that we want to remove. So basically, our skin toned elements are going to act like erasers for the parts of this motif that we don't want. Next, we're going in with this thin disc shape in the skin tone color to erase the bottom part of the wheat planter, and then we're going to mirror it so that it erases the wheat equally on both sides. I'm going in here to adjust the wheat element a little bit and change the size of the belly button just because I think it looked a little too big at first. But just don't worry about the sizing on your own. Just pick whatever size looks best. Sometimes you might need to back out of Touch of Magic just to look at the garment from far away, just to see oh well, does that look realistic, and just sort of get an idea of what it looks like from afar. And then if you need to resize anything like I do right now, you can just go back and also readjust your elements that you use as erasers to better fit the new size. Grabbing this gradient element out of the shapes, I like to use this in a skin tone color to soften the appearance of the belly button so it doesn't look so harsh. Next, we're moving on to the front of the bikini top. So now we are finished with all of the skin colored elements, and we're going to start working with the bikini colored elements. So go ahead and make sure that these upcoming elements are the color that you want your bikini to be. Once you get the hang of manipulating the elements, it's really easy to create different and interesting designs for the bikini top. At one point, I almost made a bow tie design, and I thought it looked really cute. So this is really the place where you can get creative about manipulating the elements if you want to. We've placed the triangle pieces a decent width apart, and now we're going to go in with these little strip pieces and connect both of the triangle pieces. Next, we are going ahead and grabbing a couple more strip pieces so that we can conceal the straps of the tank top and blend them into the bikini. Next, I'm just choosing a couple of more strip elements to use to blend the tank top straps into the actual bikini. Next, I'm going for some of these more curved elements to complete the bottom part of the front of the bikini. Now we're going to work on the bikini bottoms. They seem like they might be difficult to do, but honestly, all you have to do for the bottom pieces is mirror 2 strips. That's it. I'll show you how to do it. Now that we have the front finished, we're going to try and finish up the back. I would say the most challenging part of doing the back is connecting it to the front, but I'll show you guys how to do it here. Now we're just going to work on connecting the front of the bikini top to the sides and connecting that to the back. It's mostly going to use these strip elements. This part's a little bit tricky, but you just have to be patient and try and figure out the perfect positioning of the element to connect the 2 parts. All finished! What do you guys think? If you found this tutorial helpful at all, I'd humbly ask that you like the video and consider subscribing. If you have any more questions or comments about the design, feel free to ask below in the comments section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'd like to also give a huge shout out to our first 2 members of the Squishy Squad, Morgane and Rosie Rain 126. Want exclusive perks? Join the Squishy Squad for $4.99 a month. Get early video access, badges, emojis, polls, exclusive posts, and behind-the-scenes content. Hit join below or check the link in the description. Not ready to join? Show some love with super thanks, and I'll shout you out. However you choose to support, whether it's through memberships, super thanks, or just watching and liking, thank you so much. You all make this community amazing, and I appreciate every single one of you. See you in the next video.